Greetings, America. Mr. Sports Travel on the road in the great state of Iowa. Idiots out wandering around. Just kidding. I love Iowa. Where am I in the great state of Iowa? I'll give you the answer in a minute. But first, thanks to all those that have donated on the 50-state sports tour, Mr. Sports Travel, seeing a sporting event in each of the 50 states. And of course, what would a 50 states tour celebrating my 50th birthday year, 2022, be without 50 videos, one for each of the states, and this is the Iowa video. Plus, of course, I did not forget the District of Columbia. Last one will be Alaska, where someone can see Russia from their house, and Russia, here's the middle finger to you. Now, let's get into, as I do with each of these videos, my first visit to the state, my most recent visit, and my favorite visit to the state. And by the way, by donating $50 to Operation First Response, I will help you plan your next sports road trip. Now, you're hearing a lot of noise in the background. I am at the intersection of Hickman Road and 73rd Street in the town of Urbandale in Iowa. And this is a suburb of Des Moines, and I am at one of my favorite hockey venues in all of the Midwest, and that is Buccaneer Arena. They don't make arenas like this anymore, ladies and gentlemen. This is an old school hockey barn. And if you're a hockey fan and you live in the Midwest, you need to come see a game here. This is the home of the Buccaneers, the Des Moines Buccaneers of the North American Hockey League, which is a junior league. It's not the professional league, it's the amateur league. Now, when you think of Iowa, first thing that comes to mind is probably football, basketball, and then of course the movie Field of Dreams, where is this heaven? No, it's Iowa, right? So football, basketball, and baseball. When you think of hockey, well, think again, ladies and gentlemen. This is a big hockey state. Yes, baseball's a good summertime passion here with minor league baseball. Basketball's big, especially in the rural areas, of which Iowa is mostly rural. And football is big. Wrestling is another big sport here in Iowa. I'm not a big wrestling guy. I'm a hockey guy, and a football guy, and a baseball guy. So, when you think about Iowa hockey, did you know that you've got an AHL team in Des Moines? You've got an East Coast Hockey League team in Coralville/Iowa City. It would be surprising if that same venue, University of Iowa, joins the Big Ten and plays hockey along with Wisconsin, their rival, and Penn State, and Ohio State, and Minnesota. There's been rumors that because they built this new arena in Coralville right next to Iowa City, that Iowa may have a Division I men's and women's hockey team in the future. We'll see. Illinois might also join the fray. They've expanded Big Ten hockey conference. Now, that's not all, ladies and gentlemen. So this North American Hockey League, you can see the signage behind me. There's two towns listed there, Sioux City and Waterloo, and they are also in the North American Hockey League. But that's not all. There's also a team in Cedar Rapids. In fact, Cedar Rapids and Waterloo are a very intense rivalry, and I've been to all the North American Hockey League venues. Sioux City I'm going to in a couple of days, because I am the everywhere man. Now, in addition to that, there's also a team in Mason City, up closer to Minnesota, in the North American Hockey League, which is another junior league. So Iowa is a very strong hockey state, and it makes sense because the climate here is very hockey climate oriented. Yesterday was like a winter day, and we're almost into May. Today, Mr. Sports Travel loves this weather. Sun, no wind, which is amazing. They usually win every day in Iowa. Now, each of these videos, my first, most recent, and favorite all-time visit to the state. First visit to the state was in 1998. Saw a AAA baseball game, the Iowa Cubs. That was on my really first big ever sports road trip. I saw 15 ballparks in 21 days. And I saw two minor league games on that trip. Just two. One in Columbus, Ohio, which was the first game of my trip. And the second one was Des Moines. The rest of them were all major league parks. Now, while I was in Iowa to see the Iowa Cubs, I did, on my way to Milwaukee, go ride the Field of Dreams movie site. And I've since been back there with the first American flagmobile, and I've been to the Field of Dreams movie site as well. So that was my first visit to the great state of Iowa. Most recent visit, the other night. I was here for a hockey game downtown, the Des Moines hockey team is the Iowa Wild. They are the minor league affiliate of the Minnesota Wild, the American Hockey League affiliate, which, to use a minor league baseball analogy, is like the AAA version of minor league hockey. There's really only two affiliated minor league hockey programs with the NHL. You have the AHL, the American Hockey League, which is like AAA. Then you have the East Coast Hockey League, which is kind of like AA. There is no single A or less like you have in minor league baseball. So the AAA equivalent is in Des Moines, and the AA equivalent is in Coralville, Iowa City. So that's where I was a couple nights ago. I've been to see Iowa football and basketball, Iowa State football, basketball, baseball in Iowa. Baseball is the only D1 program here at the University of Iowa. The other D1s, Drake, Northern Iowa, and Iowa State, do not play baseball. I've been there for the basketball and the two biggies for the football, and I've always loved coming here. And I've been to all the minor league parks here in Iowa. So, favorite visit to the state of Iowa. This is a tough one because I have seen a lot here. I'm going to say it was my first Iowa-Wisconsin football game. Now, the rivalry here between Iowa and Iowa State is the state bragging rights. And it's in all the sports, but primarily football. They always play one annual football game, and it's usually the first couple weeks of September. But in terms of conference play, Iowa State is in the Big 12. You know, it's not a huge football school. Iowa State's more traditionally been a basketball school, and its big rival, I would say, has traditionally been Kansas. And I have been to see Hilton Magic. Kansas came in the night I saw them, and they killed it. There was no Hilton Magic. So I'd say my favorite ever event in the great state of Iowa was 2008, and the Badgers from Wisconsin, a big rivalry between Iowa and Wisconsin, two border states, came into Kinnick Stadium in Iowa 2008, and it was a weird 11 o'clock kickoff, which no fans liked. It was too early, not enough beer drinking at 11 a.m. And it was just cool because I'd never seen so much beer drinking, actually, and so much enthusiasm for this rivalry, and it was an awesome game. So that's probably my favorite, the Iowa-Wisconsin football game 2008. And I believe, I could be wrong, but I believe Iowa was victorious in that game. Don't quote me on that. I'm getting old now, I don't remember all the details, but it was a great atmosphere, great game. Seats about 75,000. I've since been back to Kinnick Stadium. My last game there was the home opener against Indiana in 2021, this last road trip I took. And Iowa State, I've seen them at their home football game. I'm trying to remember who they were playing. It was a conference game. It was in late October, I want to say 2016 or 17. But from an Iowa State perspective, the atmosphere to me, I've always loved going to the basketball there. And I like Iowa basketball too, but my favorite was the Iowa football against Wisconsin. But if you're a hockey fan, and I would say after that, it's probably this arena. I mean, I've seen a game here at this arena, then in Cedar Rapids, all the other teams. If you're a fan of hockey, and you live in the Midwest, you need to come see a game. This is a Cracker Box barn. They don't make them like this anymore. Right at a major intersection here in suburban Urbandale. We're just west of downtown Des Moines, maybe about 10 to 15 minutes drive time without traffic. Got to come see a game here. This is a Cracker Box arena. I will try to remember, but I probably won't. Put a picture of myself when I was at this arena. I want to say somewhere on the 675-day trip, so sometime between 18 and 19 is when I visited. Hope you've enjoyed this video. It's been the Idiots Out Wandering Around video. I'm just kidding. And by the way, I got that IOWA from a gal I met in Missouri. Actually, I didn't meet her in Missouri. Would you believe that Mr. Sports Travel was once a nanny? Yes, I was once a nanny for one summer when I was 19 years old, and there was another nanny. I was the only male nanny in the neighborhood. One of the other nannies in the neighborhood, female nanny, was from Odessa, Missouri. And it's Missouri, people, not Missouri. Missouri. She's from Odessa, Missouri. And one of the first things she said to me is, "Do you know what Iowa stands for?" I said, "No." She said, "Idiots out wandering around." But of course, I'm joking. I love Iowa. Please follow me on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram. On Twitter and Instagram, I'm more of an Instagram guy. MR Sports Travel, Mr. Sports Travel. And on Facebook, it's Mr. Spell it out, M-I-S-T-E-R, sportstravel.com, MrSportsTravel.com. Planning a sports road trip? Perhaps you want to go to the Field of Dreams movie site this summer, or maybe next fall catch a hockey game here, or next winter. I will help you plan your road trip. $50 donation to Operation First Response. I'm all yours, kid. Happy to meet you in person, over video, over the phone, help you plan your trip, or maybe we'll catch a game. Iowa State rivalry has been something I want to see in the future. I have not seen that rivalry. I've seen some of the other bigger ones, Bedlam, Florida State, some of the other big ones. I've not been to Iowa State. So hope you've enjoyed this video. Got to get back on the road, heading to Nebraska. You'll see that video soon on my YouTube channel, and of course you can visit my website anytime to see all the places the Everywhere Man has been, MrSportsTravel.com. And finally, thanks again to our vets, service members, first responders, and their families. Yes, this is my car. Yes, I paid the rabbit. No, the charity is going to give money because it's a charity. If I want you to donate money to them, I've done okay. And that is OperationFirstResponse.org, OperationFirstResponse.org. 4-star rating from Charity Navigator, which is an independent charity rating organization. 4 stars is cream of the crop rating. And Operation First Response has been around for 20+ years. They help our vets, and Peggy Baker and her lean, mean, fighting the veterans machine will help you or someone you know is not getting the treatment or the help they need from the VA or other organizations. So please, no cost, contact them, and we love your donations. Thanks to all those that have donated. Idiots out wandering around, got to get to Nebraska. Don't know what the acronym is for Nebraska. I know it's Big Red territory. We'll be there soon. Hope you enjoyed the video. We'll talk again. Bye.